It's been a while since I've been in the airport without a man. And I felt a spit droplet fall on my arm, and I am not over exaggerating. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Ash, and if you're returning, welcome back. Y'all, we're just about to get into everything from Miami. If you didn't know, I just got back from Miami like last week, so I'm gonna get into all the things: the food, the beach, the hotel, the drama. So this is gonna be part one, and make sure you guys come back for part two because there's definitely a steamy story time about part two. And if you want to see all the tea, then just keep watching and make sure you it's been a while. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all, we have got to get into Miami. I'm about to open my notes and we're gonna go through this very quickly while I put my makeup on, and I got my lashes done. And this is an angel set, and I love them. Same lashes I had in Miami. The skin is acting up. That's a whole nother thing. She's on her cycle, and she is just, y'all, it's been a very intense couple of weeks. But anyways, so first thing that we need to talk about is the airport. I had to go to RDU, which is like an hour and 30 minutes from me. So you know, had to get up early, had to prepare, had to drop off the kid, had to do all the things. When I finally got to RDU, like I was supposed to leave at one time, but I didn't end up leaving exactly on time. But I actually made it to the airport. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. When I got to RDU and I parked, it started raining. And y'all know I had my sew-in, I had my leave out, and y'all know I'm like natural, so I was like, oh my god. But I just ended up putting my jacket over my head, and I just booked it all the way. Like, I had to walk so far because parking was just a fool, and I traveled during the week, and that's going to be important. But yeah, it started raining, so I kind of took that rain. It was like a light misty rain, so I took that as good energy because I'm very cognizant of like how I feel when I'm getting ready to go somewhere, and if I have a bad feeling about it, I'm not going. But I did have like a good feeling, and so I was like, okay, I'm good. Because when stuff start to like go wrong, I'll be over it. Girl, traveling without a man, I forgot what that's like. It's been a while since I've been in the airport without a man. And, well, my man. But y'all know what I mean. Like, I had to think for myself. Like, I planned on going straight to the bar when I got there, but it wasn't even enough time. When I tell y'all, I got there, got through TSA, and I gotta get TSA preach. I gotta get all that stuff because the TSA line, this is probably gonna be a two-part story. I didn't even have time to go to the bar. Because when I got to, and I'm sitting here not doing anything because y'all know I like my concealer to set in, but I didn't have time. By the time I actually got to my gate, and I'm somebody that has to like physically see my gate, know that it exists, and I saw that on TikTok, and then I can go and do whatever. It was about 15 minutes before that plane started boarding, baby. So, and usually I get on the plane like before, like I get to board early usually because of my veteran status, and I usually get my luggage for free. But this time I don't know if they've been cracking down or what, but they wasn't going for it. Like I said, when I'm with Darren, stuff just be different. But so I actually had to pay for my luggage, and I didn't get to board early, and I was like, whatever. At that point I was just happy that I made it. So I ended up, this was supposed to initially be a solo trip, but one of my close friends ended up going. So it was a 2-day trip. It was during the week. It was like a Wednesday, Thursday situation. Let's talk about the coughing in the airport. When I tell you, and it's so crazy because I just saw a post the other day that said, I feel like people came to the airport just to cough. And when I tell you, I'm still getting over, if you can hear it, I got sick. Like, I got sick. And when I tell y'all I got sick, I knew I was gonna get sick because everybody, it was like a cough-a-thon. It was like, let's see who can cough the most. Let's see who has the driest cough. Let's see who can spit spit on you while they're coughing. When I tell you, on the way to Miami, there was a little black lady sitting next to me, and I felt comfortable, you know, because I'm real like funny. But she wasn't like, she was cool. Baby, when she started that coughing, I was like, oh, I'm screwed. And one time she coughed, I don't know what it is, but people are not coughing in their elbow anymore. They are straight up like turning towards you and coughing. And I felt a spit droplet fall on my arm, and I am not over exaggerating. And the sad part is, I didn't want to embarrass her, so I literally sat there. Now this was about, we have probably like 30 minutes left in the flight, so I just sat there when that happened. And I was like, I just started turning towards the window, and I said, as soon as we get up, as soon as they open them cabin doors, because I have these little sanitary like wipes, I have to, the coughing was out of control from the, everybody was coughing. Okay, everybody was coughing. Either people were just getting over something, or they were just getting some, I don't know, but it's like, did you have to travel like that? I'm telling you, the next time I go to the airport, I'm wearing a mask. Like, I have to, because it's disgusting. I saw on TikTok that people have like this kind of like antibacterial spray. Next time I'll have that, because yeah, I got sick. And it was a disgusting sickness, because it was very mucusy, and it was very like, it felt like, I just felt like other people's stuff was in my body. Like, it wasn't like a normal common cold. It was like, y'all done really gave me some shit. Because you know how you get sick sometimes and you don't really know how you even got sick. Like, who was I even around? You know, you don't remember anybody being sick, but this felt very intentional. Anyway, so the weather. It was hot as Satan's balls in Miami. When I tell you, I'm not even gonna say I've never experienced heat like that before, because I definitely have, but it was it was about 91 degrees and about, I don't know, like 90 something humidity before 11 o'clock in the morning. Okay, it was disgustingly hot, and it's only going to get hotter. So, but it did not rain, which was good. Like, usually when I go to Miami, it will rain like at least once or twice when I'm there, and it didn't rain at all, which I was happy about, because, you know, my leave out. Everything is about my leave out. Food. For food, we went to Barton G's, and if you haven't heard of it, like, I'm gonna link this stuff, check it out for yourself. We went to Sugar Factory, and we had like beach and hotel food. I'm looking over here, I'm looking at my notes. We had the beach and hotel food as well. So Barton G's is definitely an Instagrammable, TikTokable type of place. However, I feel like it was overpriced for, like, first of all, keep in mind that you are going to have an automatic 18 to 20% gratuity on everything you do in Miami on top of your bill. So don't tip additionally if you like don't really have it like that, because there is tip included, and it's good. It's a good tip. So for me, Barton G's, I've been to something like that in Charlotte, and it was called like the fun dining experience. So I kind of like, I was like, oh, I already did this. And it was just kind of overhyped. Like, I don't know, it just didn't give what I thought it was gonna give, and I didn't like my food. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I'm not someone who complains typically about food or whatever, but it wasn't like, I didn't like it. I got like this pasta, it was called like the bougie pasta, and it had like blue crab, lobster, but the lobster was real textury and weird, and I just I could have did without it. And then I had like this overly expensive smoky filled basic ass lemon drop. So for me, if you've never experienced, like, I'll include little clips, because I uploaded a short So either look at the short or I'll upload clips, or look at my Instagram. But if you like something like that and you haven't experienced it yet, definitely do, but know you about to pay. The pasta itself was like $60. It was a big ass, now it's big ass portions of food. But just keep in mind, if you go there, you're going in there to spend some money and get your pictures and stuff. It's real cute outside or whatever. Sugar Factory. Sugar Factory is one of my personal favorites, but the only thing is I put it in my GPS for the Uber or whatever, and I didn't pay attention to like what location it was. I didn't know there was multiple locations because I've only been to the one that's right there on like Collins or whatever, or right by the beach, and I thought that's where we were going because I really wanted my friend to experience it, but it ended up being a different location. And I didn't know that until we got there, because when we got out the car, I was like, because the plan was to like go to Sugar Factory and then like go on the beach, and it wasn't the right Sugar Factory. And when they dropped us off, I was like, what the hell? But they told me when we got in there, it was because Nick Cannon is planning on taking over the other Sugar Factory, and they're gonna do something with it, so it's kind of like going under remodeling. And I was like, oh wow, I did not know that. So this Sugar Factory, I did not like it. Like, I did not like the food. Like, I feel like I didn't really eat for 2 days. Like, nothing was really hitting except for like the hotel stuff. But yeah, this Sugar Factory, the service was hella slow, like hella slow. And mind y'all, this was a weekday situation. There was not nobody in that damn restaurant like that. It just was slow service, and it was like my homegirl didn't like her drinks, and it just wasn't. So I don't like when people, I suggest something and people like don't enjoy it. So I was kind of like, But the same thing kind of happened with Barton G, because one of her friends suggested it, and I was kind of like, But she enjoyed it, so I was happy that she did actually enjoy it. But anyway, and there was a little girl in Sugar Factory. Baby, when I tell you, this little girl was out of control, and she was just kind of being a brat, I guess because it was her birthday. Little girl, like probably like 2 or 3, but she was definitely going through like terrible 2 or terrible 3 or something. And I guess it was her birthday and she cried if she wanted to, but I ain't want to hear that shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm a mom, I get it, but I ain't want to hear that shit. I'm trying to enjoy my vacation. I'm getting into it with my man, low key. That's my business. And we were having a little miscommunication, and at the time I ain't want to hear that shit. And for them to sit her right next to us and we grown as hell and we trying to enjoy, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, take her ass over there somewhere. And then she was like sick and coughing everywhere. Like, her and her grandmama was coughing all over us. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So we was irritated. My homegirl even started to notice, and she was like, why is everybody coughing? So get you a vitamin C shot, something, before you go to Miami, because everybody's sick. The hotel food, so we pulled up at the like tiki bar like the first day. My homegirl got to Miami before me, so she kind of had already ate and stuff. She told me the food was good, and I had some wings out there, but I was really thirsty to get in the beach, so I didn't want to eat too heavily. But we did share some wings. They was alright. The drinks was alright, but the service at the hotel we stayed at was really good as far as like the beach service. Like the little beach loungers came, you know, free with the hotel. You know, in Miami you gotta pay for every damn thing. So that was one of the things that kind of sold me on the hotel, was the fact that when you walk out, it's like a private beach entrance, and they kind of, I don't know what happened to my little triangle sponge. Like, what the heck? I just cleaned one off. They set you up, and you know, like you're going to a table at a restaurant, they kind of take you to your little beach lounger, set it up, put the towel down for you, and it was really aesthetically pleasing. It was like turquoise and white striped. Like, it was so cute. Now the overall review of the hotel, baby, it was not good. like the hotel has a lot of potential, but they was going through some issues. Like, first of all, the AC seemed like it was not blowing, and for it to be as hot as it was, it just felt kind of like humid in there, kind of like sticky in the common areas. And except for the hotel restaurant area was real cool, so we just kind of hung out in there like the second night. That's where we spent our like evening eating dinner and stuff like that. There was a dirty razor in our room. I asked my homegirl, this your razor? It was like a blue masculine ass razor. I was like, this your razor? Because we kind of had a kiki about how neither one of us shaved our little Coco Chanels, and because we just didn't have the time. And so I was like, girl, did you shave or not? Because I'm over here trying to conceal my little in my bathing suit, trying to make sure like ain't nothing coming out the sides. And the whole time you talking about you didn't shave either, then why is this dirty razor over here? I'm like, they got razors? What's up? And she like, no, that is not my razor, girl. I'm telling you, I still So we was like, I know you lying. So it was a used razor in there. And mind you, I have written them a long review of all of this, and I have not received one phone call yet. The actual hotel itself is Instagrammable, I feel like, except for the lobby area. There's something weird going on with the lighting. Like, there's so much potential right there, but if you do not, like, the lighting is weird. I could not get a good picture right there in the lobby, and I really wanted one, and they just kept coming out dark as hell. But overall, like, outside the courtyard, there's like little tropical trees. Like, it's definitely cute. You just gotta find your spot. So I would not stay there again. I'm sorry. And I will leave the link to the place. You can check it out for yourself. But me and my homegirl both decided, like, if we come back, we're definitely staying at Fontainebleau, because I really wanted her to experience Fontainebleau, but I didn't want to stay at Fontainebleau because I've already stayed there. So I wanted to stay somewhere I've never stayed before. So like I picked out a long list of places, and we both kind of decided on this place. But when we got there, it just didn't really meet our expectations all the way. And I think we paid about $600-ish to stay in that particular room. You'll see what it looked like. I think I have to make a whole part 2 for something very significant that happened on our last night there. Like, this lady was so shady to us. I have to make a part 2 for that. But I will finish this one out by talking about the Ubers, Lyfts, pricing, because I want y'all to, be informed if you are planning on taking a trip, especially if you're going solo or just with your girls. Or I kind of want this to be informative too. So for me, coming from the airport to like the area where we were staying, like on the strip or whatever, it was about $30. The lady was not in the spot she was supposed to be at, and they start that clock, and I'm standing out there, like I already walked out further than I should have, and she ends up being up there somewhere, and she telling me I've arrived. Well, bitch, when was you gonna let me know that you, girl? And then she did not get out the Uber to put my luggage in the trunk, baby. From the doors of the airport to the Uber and putting my suitcase in the trunk, I was already starting to glisten. I was like, oh no. But going from like place to place, after that, the Ubers were only like about $7, $10. So once you get over that big hump in the beginning when you're coming from the airport, it shouldn't really be that expensive. And we did both Uber and Lyft. Like, we kind of went back and forth. Be very careful with them though, because like that first night when we went to Bart and G's, they dropped us off, or they were attempting to drop us off kind of across the street from Bart and G's. So sometimes they get lazy and they don't want to just make a U-turn to drop you off in front of the door. So if I'm getting dropped off somewhere and it's dark as hell and it don't look like where I'm supposed to be, a restaurant or whatever, this doesn't look like where I'm supposed to be, and I'm not getting out that Uber, because it's too much stuff that could happen to you. I don't care if you are with your homegirl, you not from there. You need to make sure that the location is what it is. And I don't care if they got an attitude or not. They gonna whip that car around, drop you off at the door. And you're gonna look at that license plate. I don't care if it does say if it does look like it's the same kind of car, y'all need to be looking at them license plates before y'all get in them Ubers, because a lot of those Uber drivers do not speak English. Like, some of them didn't even speak to us at all. And so you don't want to be lost in translation once you get in the wrong Uber. Like, anything could happen to you, so pay attention to that stuff. We also went to Bayside, and I've never been to Bayside before. This was also another suggestion from her friend, and that was cool because there's so much to do over there. So we decided to do a Star Island boat tour. And so as soon as we walked up, first vendor there was like, you want to do a boat tour? We was like, okay. I got that good old military discount for me and my homegirl, like $30. And we took an hour-and-a-half little boat ride, and they showed us like all the celebrity houses, to include P. Diddy, Rick Ross houses, and I thought that was pretty cool. Definitely something to do. Alcohol served on the boat, pictures, like they did a little raffle. The only thing was, it was kind of hot. They said the AC was inside, but it did not feel like the AC was on. And once again, people was coughing like hell on that boat, and I feel like that's kind of where I probably got sick, because one of the workers on that boat, she was coughing like nobody's business. And anyways, but the bartenders out there, not the most friendly. It's just a very dog eat dog situation. And if you are a woman and you're going up to a bar, it's like a 50-50 chance that you're gonna get served or not, because they was low-key ignoring the hell out of us. And I was like, oh, this is starting to feel like racial profiling, I'm not gonna lie. But so instead of getting a drink right there when we walked up, because we had like 10-minute wait or so before the boat took off or whatever. So we wanted to get a little toasty, but she didn't want to serve us. And then when she finally did come around to serve us, she like dropped the menu down and kept walking like, girl, we is grown, like we know what we want to drink. And so we say, you know what, never mind, don't worry about it, you won't get our money today. Like, that's really how you gotta be, like, and just find somewhere else, because it's like a bunch of little booths where you can like shop with different people. So what we actually did was just got drinks on the boat, but none of the drinks were really strong, so I don't feel like I ever even got drunk the whole time I was in Miami. But it was never supposed to be like a lituation. It was always just supposed to be very relaxing. We went in the beach both days. I think we had the best time when we were just laying by the beach under the umbrella. And I went out in the water, and my friend went out in the water, and we got our little content and our little pictures, baby. And, you know, that was that. But, girl, wait till I tell y'all about Miss Deb. I don't want this video to be super long, so I'm saving Deb for part 2. See part 2. Because actually, I think I'm about to film that right now. I'm not doing too much because my skin is not giving. My skin is just, oh, it needs a little TLC. And it's so hot, I don't want to put too much on my face. But I need a little color, so I gotta add some more blush. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you see part 2, because that's where I'm about to go in there right now and tell y'all how Deb had us. Yeah, we about to get into Deb from Miami. Bye.